What is going on, guys? It is the Crazed Gamer Elliot here, bringing you my PlayStation controller comparison / review. As you can see, I have the DualShock 3 and the DualShock 4, PS3 and the PS4 controller. So, we're going to start with the PS3 controller. It is the previous generation of technology or gaming systems controller. This is the PS3's DualShock 3 6-axis controller. Now here we have the charge port, and here we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 signifying which player has which controller. We have L1, L2, R1, R2, aim and shoot, tactical lethal in most games. Here on the front page, or not home page, but the front of the controller, we have the select button, which brings up the scoreboard, the start button, which is the options usually, and then we have the PlayStation button, which turns on the PlayStation and activates the XMB screen, which is the cross menu bar. Here, we have the analog sticks. They are rounded top. They are not concaved, so your fingers tend to slip right off when you're playing. The buttons, and just basic buttons, triangle, X, circle, square, square, circle, whatever. Then here, we have the directional buttons now. They're kind of just blocky, kind of out there. You know, they don't like really go in anywhere. They're just the directional buttons. Now, the way it fits in my hand is I play like this when I'm on this. See, like these fingers, there's no room for them right here. So sometimes I'll play like this, but not often because it's very uncomfortable. But most of the time it's just down right here, or on the back, right below the analogs. And then I use these fingers for my lethals, my tacticals, aiming and shooting. You know, just play. So that's the PS3 controller. Out of the way, and then let's bring in the sexy PS4 controller. Here we have the Sony DualShock 4. Right there. Coolest feature, well, not the coolest feature, but a cool feature. Here is the light bar. Now, depending on what game you're playing, is what color this is. Say if you're playing Grand Theft Auto 5, this will be green for Franklin, blue for Michael, orange for Trevor. If you're playing GTA Online, whatever your crew color is depends on what light this will be, or the closest you can get to it. As you can see some of the hardware inside there. As you can see, L2 and R2 are dented in, concave, more trigger-like. This is for easier use for your fingers when you're playing a shooter. This is aim, this is shoot, this is tactical, this is lethal. Here we have the barcodes and stuff, you know, just showing the controllers. You have screws right here and right here, keeping the controller together. Right here is a headphone jack. Now, the PS4 is weird sometimes. Sometimes if you plug a mic into the PS4's USB slot, you don't need to put something here. But say if you just want to use like Apple headphones or Skull Candies, that's what this is for. This works as a microphone if you have just headphones in. This is for a PlayStation keyboard, which they make. Onto the buttons, you can see they're a bit better. They go in a bit more. They're not inside like an indented like plus or cross anymore. They're just there. Here we have let's try to get this to focus. Here we have the share button. Now, if you double tap the share button, it'll start a 15-minute recording video, which you can then edit and upload to YouTube or Facebook or now Dailymotion. This, if you press it once, it'll activate the share menu, which you can then broadcast to Twitch. You can take a screenshot, or you can broadcast to Uplay, which is Sony's, not Uplay. Ustream, which is Sony's live streaming thing. This is the options button. In most games, it's going to bring up the pause menu, or your options, you know, whatever you can do. This is the touchpad. Now, these little things are sensors, so whatever, depending on the game you're playing, like GTA, you swipe left and right for your weapons, up and down for radio stations. This is pretty handy. It also is a click button, like you have to click it. So, you can use this as like a typer, like you can use it for your thumb to select the keys. You can also use the 6-axis. Right here, there's a microphone. No, not a microphone. Well, yeah, it actually works as a microphone. It's a microphone and speaker. Try to get this to focus. Stay still. So yeah, right here we have a microphone slash speaker on all PS4 controllers. It works as either or. Hang on, let me get this to focus. Kind of blurry. Focus. Focus. Hocus pocus. Camera focus. So here we have the directional buttons. Now as you can see in the center, it's dipped in a bit. So you can, rest your thumb while you're waiting for a button to push. The analog sticks are concaved, so your fingers won't slip out as much or rub off. Although there's an issue sometimes where this peels off. Hasn't happened to me yet, but I've only had my PS4 for about a week and a half. With this controller, it's longer and taller. Can't even see the PS3 controller, it's right behind it. So it has more room for your hands. And I like this a bunch because these buttons on the triggers and then my hands go just like this. And it fits comfortably. So overall, they're both good controllers. The PS3 controller for, past gen PlayStation. I don't know, I think the Xbox 360 controller is better than the PS3 controller. Only because it's more comfortable for your hand. The directional button and the analog stick switch places. But with this one, this is definitely the better controller. The Xbox One controller is bulky, kind of just like a big hunk of plastic poop. This one, it's wide enough for your hands, there's enough room for your fingers, and it's just a comfortable fit. Not to mention, it looks amazeballs. Look at that. And then there's also like a carbon pattern on the back. Let's get that to focus. So it's better grip for your fingers. Easier to use. Micro USB for charging right here. It's different from the PS3s. So the PS3s has the squarish, like rectangular one. This one has the more rounded, almost iPhone kind of look to it. But guys, this has been my controller comparison / review. I'm the Crazed Gamer Elliot. You guys are my Crazed Gamers. Have a good day and happy gaming.